What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a great start to their weekend. It is Saturday, the objective best day of the week. As we all agree on, yes? I'm sure we do. Anyway, today we are back with shiny hunting, BDSP shiny hunting. Of course, yesterday we, got about 160 encounters deep in a shiny Regice hunt. So today we are going to be continuing with that. Yeah, let's just hop right into things. No need to dawdle. That is not VTuber Studio, that is Control Panel that I've managed to open there. Quite the skill of mine, I know. Right, I can use the scene projector to check how good and and I did that last stream as well. Scene projector, my beloved. Kepler, hello! Welcome to the stream. I hope your weekend has gotten off to a fire start. How's it hanging? Let me just boot up all of my scenes. Scene time. Alright, I finally closed the what's it called? Notepad that has all of the detailing on levels for the hardcore lock. Going alright, got to go grocery shopping at some point. Which grocery shopping is fun, but driving isn't. That is fair. That is an understandable take. I hope your grocery shopping does go well though. And you get so many groceries. I mean like maybe a banana? Alright. Straight into it. We got a whole encounter already. We are on fire, I think. I have now fucked up my thing because I moved my model. Which, yeah, okay. Order candy, hell yes. Yeah, I'm really bad with, like, going out shopping. Because I have, like, I'm good, like, at any other point. With every other thing. If I see, like, a game I want, but I'm not sure on getting, when I don't be on fire, call the fire department. Oh, nice, fine. I'm, like, because Reg Ice is here, the fire, like, it counteracts it. It bounces out. It's no biggie. Alright. But yeah, like, I'm good with, like, everything else. Like, a video game that I want but I'm unsure on getting, like, a new console or something. I once saw a Switch OLED model for sale for £135. And I should have bought it because I definitely had the money to. Now I think, like, back on it, I do kind of regret not buying it, but I didn't. But I see a pack of Haribo's Tangfastics. I see, like, a chocolate bar. I see a bottle of Fanta. What's the red one? I can't remember the red one's name. But that's the one I like. Fruit Blast? Probably something like that. All, like, inhibition goes out the window. I gotta buy it. Like, it's not impulse shopping for anything else. I only impulse shop for, like, food. So I'm like, oh, it's just food. It doesn't cost that much. Like, you can take me into, like, video game haven. And if I'm like, I can't really spend any money right now, I'll leave empty-handed. But if there's, like, a random shelf with, like, Percy pigs on it, I'm just like, holy shit. The way I do it is I allow myself at most 2 impulse buys in a single shopping trip. If you want 5 things there, you need to choose. That's fair. That's a good strategy. Maybe I should employ something like that. But yeah, it's only with food, so, like, I don't really limit myself with it, because it's just food, you know? But I feel like that's part of the issue. Is the fact that I don't see it as that big of a problem, maybe. But, like, I wouldn't leave with, like, a steak or something. I mean, maybe I would. If I had to, like, buy dinner, maybe I would leave with, like, a steak. Oh, God. I gotta be careful when I'm buying myself dinner in the future, I guess. But, like, you know, I'm fine with dinner. I'm fine with dinner. Like, I do like, yeah, tigers do like steak, and I'm not breaking any bounds here. I'm not going against any stereotypes, I'll be honest. But yeah, what's it called? Nightbot, welcome to the stream. Is that the first Nightbot? That is the first Nightbot message. Nightbot has finally arrived. Tisk Nightbot, supposed to be moderating. Yo, Joe Mama's in chat. Welcome to the stream. I hope your weekend's gotten off to a great start. I'm back with doing some Reg Eye shiny hunting today. We are also talking about my lack of restraint when it comes to buying sweets. How am I? You feel blessed since you blazed it. Understandable. Yeah, I'm pretty solid. What have I done today? I pet the cat. That's not even like a metaphor. I have a cat and I gave her a pet. My day's not been that interesting. You also figured out that acceptance is the key to life. It is. It is. That is very true. You think you got 2 lit? I mean, to be fair, that is true though. That is the correct answer. You shiny? No. Despicable. In fact, I think the shiny animation would have played. Not because that one was shiny, but like if it had played, I think I reset too early. Need more patience. Patience also important, to be fair. But yeah, what was I saying before? Oh, right, yeah, no. I'm good with dinner as well. Like, the brain. Yeah, once I was like, I'm gonna get some dinner from that kebab van today. I was like, yeah, I'll get dinner from that kebab van that's like on the street today. But like I went up there and like its pricing was like, it wasn't like expensive, but it was a bit more expensive than I was like anticipating. And I was like, oh. And I was completely put off, and so instead I had like Mackey's. Which isn't better in a lot of ways. But it was cheaper in all the ways. Like, I'm only bad with like sweets. Which is weird. I mean, I guess it's not weird, because I view them differently from dinner. I'm like, oh, there's just a little bit of a snack. You know, just a little bit of a treat, just a little bit of a Polo packet to fuel my addiction. I really like Polos. I've mentioned this before. You know how, like, I'm not sure if you guys ever watched MatPat. I don't watch him much anymore. But I used to be a game theory watcher before I wasn't anymore. You still enjoy watching the theory videos? I've not watched any in ages, I'll be honest. Like, what was it called? It just got to the point where I could like feel it being bloated out. Personally. I think the Census Nest was meant to be satire. It was meant to be self-satire, but it's obvious how it's backfired. No, yeah, it's not that at all. That's not, like... My issue wasn't necessarily that, like, with the quality of the theories themselves. It was just I could feel the bloat. It's gotten way better. That's good, at least. I don't know. Like, I just never really fell back into watching them as the thing, though. But you know how he's addicted to... He always made jokes about being, like, addicted to Diet Coke. That's me, but with Polos. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure if I'm addicted to regular Polos. So I had to buy some regular Polos recently, because they were out of sugar-free ones. Like, he gave up Diet Coke? What the fuck? Okay. As I was saying, like, I'm not sure if I'm as into regular Polos as sugar-free ones. They're different. They dissolve differently, and it's very noticeable how they dissolve differently. But I'm not sure I like how the regular ones dissolve in my mouth. And there's, like, that vague taste difference as well. You think he's been replaced? That wouldn't surprise me. We should make that theory. He can be the first YouTuber to be, to fall victim? You know, like, people always just have theories about, like, people being replaced. I think one of that game theory... Has MatPat actually been replaced with an imposter body double? That's just a theory. A game theory. But yeah, like, theories like that often, like, hover around. Like, it was one of the Beatles, I think. I can't remember which Beatle the theory was revolving around. But then there was also, Melania Trump. People, like, theorized that she'd been replaced with, like, a double. And then, of course, like, later it turned out that she was just as much of a scumbag as her husband. Surprising! But... Like, I was never sure on it. I feel like people just like kicking up theories like that. Yo, this one's got good IVs. But does it have good sparkles? It doesn't look like it. That's because it's not shiny. That's fucking crazy, dude. You'd never guessed it. When you're so bad, even your goons start to leave you, you know you messed it. Exactly, yeah. But yeah, quickly pivoting the conversation away from that. Yeah, I don't know what it is about, specifically, like, snack food and sweets, that I can't resist, but it's something about it. I just like snacking. Snack-filled munch cell. I need to... I'm not sure if that should be a phrase I continue using or not. Oh, what was it? Today's clip, you might have noticed if you've seen it. You should have seen it. Snacks and that's what I'm saying. But yeah, if you've seen today's clip, which you should have, it was a good one. It wasn't from a recent stream this time. It was from a stream a long time, well, not a long time ago, but it must have been back in, like, May-ish? Because it was a Twitch stream, not a YouTube stream I clipped it from. And I heard myself go wacky, go bonkers. And I've not said that in so long. I should say that more. Wacky, go bonkers is a good phrase. If we get the shiny within the next 5 encounters, that'd be wacky, go bonkers. Already nailing it. Wacky gone bonkers gone wacky. That's what I'm saying. That is precisely what I mean. 172. I mean, I go but like this could be shiny and I wouldn't actually know. I feel like I would. I don't know. I feel like with these hunts, you start thinking that you're seeing the shiny when you're not. But when the shiny actually appears, you know. It's like that kind of hunt. Very similar. A T-posing Metacham, it was kind of cool. And also, hi guys, hello Rob, welcome to the stream. I hope your weekend's gotten off to a great start. Doesn't it play the shiny after the battle is going? No, I checked. Worm checked, and then I checked it again before stream, just to, like, waterproof it. And, the shiny sparkle, I'll tell you when it appears. I'll tell you when the shiny sparkle would appear in the Regice fight. So basically, you get into the battle with the Regice. Regice appears. It goes, Caw! And then the shiny sparkle would be just before you throw the ball. But yeah, it was a T-posing Metacham. Because Megas aren't meant to win super contests. As, you are surprised by, I'm sure. I always meant to clip it, but I forgot. And I was just like, I clicked on a random stream. I clicked on a completely random stream. I was like, alright, what's going on? And I just happened to click on the correct, like, the stream with that clip in. And I was like, oh, cool, I'll post this then. It was quite funny. But yeah, I thought I'd dig back into the backlog, because I couldn't remember anything recently that happened. I was like, well, I could go through my old Twitch streams. But that doesn't mean I need to be funny today. Let me tell a joke. So basically, Larry is on death's row. This is like death's row in like the 1600s though. So this man, he's gonna get hung. The judge though is a particularly cruel man. He tells Larry, I'm gonna hang you when you're least. I'm gonna hang you sometime within the next week, when you're least expecting it. And Larry's like, all right. And of course, this gets him thinking. When would I least expect to be hung? So he starts thinking. Well, he's like, well, it can't be on Friday, because if I'm not hung by the end of Thursday, then I know I'm gonna get hung on Friday. But then he thinks some more, and he's like, well, wait a minute. Wouldn't that mean if I'm not hung by the end of Wednesday, I have to get hung on Thursday? But then by extension, that means if I'm not hung by the end of Tuesday, I'm going to be hung on Wednesday. So he comes to the conclusion that he's never going to be hung next week, and he's fine. But that meant he wasn't expecting to be hung on Wednesday. I like that one. It's also, it was presented in a Paradox video. I'm not quite sure how it's a paradox. And I guess it is kind of a paradox. Because it's like he figured out a paradox in figuring out which day he was going to be hung. But, of course, he kind of backed himself into a corner there. Oh dear. But the logic is sound. It's sound. It's sound, but, I just like that one a lot. But yeah, it was just one of those nights when, like, I just saw a 40-minute video on paradoxes, and I was like, yeah, why not? Oh yeah, that Chainsaw Man anime is starting soon, right? I don't know, I've heard a lot of good shit about Chainsaw Man, but I've never read it. So I think I'll give the anime a try when it comes out. Like, next season is loaded in terms of sequels, so we nice to have something new to watch as well. Because it's got Mob Psycho. No, there's more, I swear. There was another, like, second season that's gonna be next season, but I can't remember what it is. I was like, oh shit, next season? Spy Family, Mob Psycho, Chainsaw Man, and I think there might be one other as well. Which is pretty hype. Also, to answer your question, had headaches all day. Oh no, so there goes productivity. That's fine. You got those headaches because work stresses you out during the week, and then it explodes when you relax. That is not swag. I hope you had a nice relax. Well, I hope you relaxed then. I hope you used your time given to relax well. But yeah, that's not all that great, but makes sense. Oh, work. I say like an employed person. No, I'm not a NEET. That's not what I am. Do not fear, chat. Ah. When I got a notification. I was like, oh. But then that sapped all my brain cells, as I had to think about the notification. But I mean, you probably heard the notification one way or other. I don't know, it's kind of telling me that I need to get a new mic also. But sometimes my phone being too close to my mic leads to feedback. But the issue is I need my phone on my desk. Otherwise, like, my face don't be working. It's great to be like that. Anyway, yeah, Chainsaw Man looks pog, I'm hyped for it. What's that Bleach movie thing? Oh, yeah! I've not actually watched Bleach, but I'm hyped that it's coming out for the people who did watch Bleach and are excited for it. Or read Bleach. Is it following on from the anime? Or did the anime branch off from the manga? And then this is like a Tokyo Ghoul type situation? Did that continue airing? I know there was a second core of, like, Tokyo Ghoul Re, but, like, the beginning of it sent me through a loop. Like, I had no idea what was going on, so I just dropped it after, like, the first episode of the second core. Don't get it at all. Anime came from... Yeah, I know the anime came from the manga, but I meant, like, did the anime branch off? Did it, like, do its own thing, like, Full Metal Alchemist style? And then that's why it ended. Or is this just, like, a faithful... Or was it a faithful adaptation, and now this movie is just going to continue on from it, which will be hype. Yo, this one's got good IVs. That's crazy. Maybe I should make a good IVs montage of me just saying, wow, this one's got good IVs. Because some of these Regis have good IVs. I'm not sure if you noticed. But yeah, it's cool when shows like actually get more after so long. Because I guess you like start expecting them not to after a bit, but then boom, you get... Wait, what's come out recently that had a cool source? I mean, I guess no, the second Suicide Squad doesn't count. Avatar 2 was faithful, but then people thought it was bad after the second arc. And you think the anime ended after the fourth, even though there was more. Fair. That's a shame. But yeah, it's cool that it's like actually getting animated now. But this is the fight. Oh! So they're just like skipping a couple of beats there. Huh. I don't know, that sounds concerning because, like, if they're skipping parts, then they're gonna have to, like, reintroduce a bunch of concepts to people who only watch the anime, or exclusively, like, tailor it to people who've, like, read the manga. Which will limit their audience, so I doubt they'd do that. Well, hopefully it's good. Duh, someone doesn't have good IVs, what the fuck? Man. Oh yeah, they're making that new Avatar live-action series as well soon, I think. I had no other to look forward to that, because while parts of it sound cool, the directors also stepped out. They're skipping everything, I think. But yeah, I'll still watch it even if there are blank parts. That's fair. That is understandable. Hopefully it is very cool and awesome. And worth the wait. But yeah, like, there's that Avatar series. Like, the original Avatar creators aren't working on the project anymore. And it does kind of sound like they're aging up the main cast. Probably to try to make it, like, the next Game of Thrones or whatever. But this one's got good ideas. I don't know. I'm not, like, entirely faithless in it. Because it seems like they're putting, like, actual effort into, like, certain aspects, like cast diversity. So it makes me hope that they're actually going to be putting effort into, like, other aspects as well. Yeah, I'm just hoping that they're going to be putting, like, effort into other aspects as well to, like make it a nice watertight series. A watertight, like the first book is about the water bending. I don't know, even making it a bit more mature might not be all that bad. Especially for, like, the first season specifically. Because the first season did have its low points. Like, Avatar very clearly has, like, stepping stones of quality. Of, like, the first series is, like, decent. It shows parts of, like, real potential. Second series, pretty fucking solid storytelling. Pretty fucking cool. With, like, some very, very good arcs in it. With, like, an amazing ending. And then the third season is very much just this culmination of, like, everything that came before it. Making, like, chef's kiss ending. As it, what was it called? Fills in on, like, one of the best character arcs in history. Which I hope that they, like, get done good there. Like, in live action. I think that'll be probably the make or break of the show, is how well they do the Zuko redemption arc. Well, hopefully they don't take a more Disney approach in effort to cast diversity and then no effort in the story or writing. Yeah. But yeah, I've still got hope for it. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. That'll be pretty fucking solid. So I'm a big fan of Avatar. Even though I didn't watch it as a kid, I watched it, like, when I was an adult. I was like, dude, this shit's fire. I was weird. I never watched Nickelodeon as a kid. No SpongeBob. No Avatar. I don't know what else was on Nickelodeon, I'll be honest, because I never watched it. In fact, I didn't even watch Disney Channel. I watched, like, Disney XD, Cartoon Network, and Boomerang. That was it. Alright. Next encounter time. Epic comes out. It's really beloved by lots of people, and your girlfriend has been trying to get you to watch it. Give in. Watch it. I also want you to watch it. It's a good show. It's very cool. You should. Avatar slaps. One of the best cartoons in history, I think. Wondering what else rivals it. Rick and Morty. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with Rick and Morty. Like, I kept up with like the first 4 seasons, but then after that, I just kind of nah. There's a world building YouTuber who makes really good stuff. Who references Avatar in every single video. Is it Hello Future Me? Because I think I've seen a couple of his stuff. Yes, yeah, I've seen a couple of his videos. He does. As he should, because Avatar is really good. No, I can see how it might get a bit annoying. I don't know, I like how Only Sarcastic Productions does it. Where, like, in Red's Tropes series. Of course, Blue's got, like, the history stuff, which is all cool. It's not annoying, just funny. Ah, that's fair. But yeah, I like how Red does it, where, in Only Sarcastic Productions, where she, like, she often doesn't directly... She'll often, like, use 1 or 2 talking points, but then she'll have, like, a bunch of other references in the background, which means, like, each episode she'll generally be, like, talking about completely different shows, but, like, in the background, like, some shows may make constant reappearances. But it means that she's not always, like, referencing the same ones. There's also shit you need to watch, but you barely have time for anything. Adult Life is fantastic. That is understandable. Have you considered not sleeping? Because you shouldn't consider that. Don't consider not sleeping. Sleep. Sleep is important. Speaking of cartoons, I found out something fucking whack recently. Chris Pratt voiced in Ben 10. Which, it was like before, like, he started to get big as well. Like, it was before he became, like, the A-list actor that he is today. It was like when he was in, I can't remember, what was it? Parks and Rec? When he was, like, still in that and stuff. He voiced a Ben 10 character, which I find crazy. Like, I used to love Ben 10, and apparently Chris Pratt's just in that. I'm about to say, I probably could get it all done if you didn't sleep. And yo, who did he voice? Was it Ben? No, it wasn't Ben. It was a side character, who I think only appeared in like a couple of episodes where he was voiced by Chris Pratt. Basically, like, off-screen, this character had, like, a glow-up where he got fucking ripped. And they changed his voice actor to Chris Pratt. And, I don't know, like, I get why people are worried about Chris Pratt, but I feel like if Illumination play their cards right, which they probably won't, Chris Pratt has some, like, voice malleability. I doubt he'll like... I could see Illumination being like, be yourself! Gun to his head. But, like... It's not like he's, like, a terrible voice actor. He has done good stuff as a voice actor, instead of just a regular actor. But I could also see Illumination just being like, no, we hired you for the talent, not because we think you fit the role. But yeah, I hope he's like actually putting on like an actual voice and stuff instead of just being himself for it. I feel like we're due a trailer for the Mario movie, right? Surely. I was fully expecting it in the last Nintendo Direct, and Miyamoto was like, the Mario movie is still in production. Anyway, Pikmin 4! But like, I went into the Direct expecting a trailer. He was also in the Batman cartoon, huh? Who was he in the Batman? But yeah, Ben 10's always been Yuri Lowenthal. People always make this joke, yeah, about the fact that in the Spider-Man PS4 game, Mary Jane is voiced by Lucina, by the same voice actor as Lucina. But Yuri Lowenthal, who voices Peter Parker, also voices Marth in a lot of, like, media now. He's often used the VA for Marth. He's Marth in Warriors, he's Marth in Heroes. I'm pretty sure there are another couple of instances where he's voicing Marth. Yeah, where he's voicing Marth. And I expect him to be voicing Marth in Engage. Which means if you really want to draw comparisons to voice actors, Spider-Man and Lucina isn't where it's at. It's Spider-Man and No, not Spider-Man and Marth. It's Marth and Lucina. Which is bad. I like how Lowenthal voices Yuri in Tales of Vesperia. I like that. But yeah, like, people are just always like, Spider-Man and Lucina. No! Yuri literally voices Marth, and you're not drawing this line? It shouldn't be a line that's drawn, to be fair. Although a, very Fire Emblem-esque line to draw. I wonder if you'll be able to marry the summoned rings in Engage. I wonder if you'll be able to get engaged with them. I don't know, from the looks of it, you can't actually S-support people in the main story, at least. Like, there's no S-supports, like, shown on the, like, screen. Sorry, no, let's get the full context. Basically, the leaks that came out a few months ago that predicted Engage in its entirety showed the supports for the Jagan of the game, the guy with like the white beard, who's kind of got Drayden vibes, I'll be honest. Like, it didn't show him being able to S-support with any character, which would line up with Three Houses not having S-supports for, like, basic characters, but also he didn't have an S-support option with Alear, so... And I'm pretty sure those leaks were from female Alear, so... It would very much imply that either he specifically can't marry Alear, or S-supports are gone entirely, and we're just going to get the basic, like, the character you have the highest support with at the end of the game is, like, who you marry, or it'll just be done like Three Houses. Which was probably the best way to do S-supports, to be fair, because it's a bit weird that people just get married and have kids in the middle of a fucking war. Like, Awakening is a little bit more excusable, because it's, like, the main mechanic. Fates... Like, they just clearly wanted kids to be in the game. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it's done. Okay. And if you can if you can marry the rings. Like, Marth appears as like a spectral ghost in the My Castle area, so for those of you who have played Fire Emblem, which might just be Rob, which would you rather the area be like? Would you rather it be like as in-depth as the monastery, or would you rather just another My Castle? Well, if you remember, they had the whole stroking waifus thing in the they did, didn't they? I don't know, I always found like the little face-to-face confession bitch a little bit weird. But I guess a lot of people probably would. You want a spaceship in Fire Emblem? That's fair. I want it to be the Skeld from Among Us. Yes, yeah, exactly. I think it would just be quite fitting. Congrats on 0 subs. I no Kepler, I don't see how I could lose all of them that quick. You saying that is a little bit weird. I doubt that's true. You like the monastery, but as I said, never really got into Fates as much, as you were salty about the collector's edition. That's fair. My Castle was basically like, it served 2 purposes of like, 1, basically being like your own customizable map that you could have other players attack via like online compatibility. But also you like walked around it to get to like communicate with allies and buy stuff. But they had like stock things to say, the allies there, unlike 3 Houses. I feel like that's probably a midpoint they can strike. And not being able to get 1 scalpers, yeah, that's completely understandable. I'd recommend Conquest, because Conquest's got good gameplay. You don't need to read it, though. No, like, Conquest is, like, fun map-wise, but, like, Corrin going to the generically evil side could have been such an interesting thing. But the ball was just kind of dropped, I think. Like, it feels like because they wanted Corrin to be like... Corrin was the player insert, and that meant that like everybody had to like him and stuff. And he couldn't really be that wrong that often. But, I think the game would have been a lot better if, say, they played up Corrin's naivety and gave them more of a character. Because then it could have been them realizing and then acting, instead of, like... And actually giving them reason to play their cards how they did. And then turn them into more of a Jagan. Oh yeah, what do you think of Echoes? Ooh, that's a good one. I really liked Echoes. I like, yeah. I didn't play Echoes for a bit, actually. I remember I got Echoes before a holiday I went on. But I also got Captain Toad Treasure Tracker for the Switch. So it was like a year or so after the Switch release I got it. But yeah, the voice acting is fucking great. I really like how it kind of set the like, stage for how Three Houses function voice acting wise, and hopefully this series continues to going forward. And I think it's got such a nice art style. Like, I don't know, I'm not going to slate the art style of Three Houses or what it looks like Engage is going for, but Echoes just had such a lovely style. Echoes art style fucking slaps, and I like its sprite work and model work as well in it. Echoes is honestly like one of those games I've got on my like I want to play this at some point on stream list, so I want to play through Echoes again on stream. I like the pitchforks as well. They're funny. But yeah, it's got some good characters. I feel like it drops the ball a little bit at the end in terms of story, but even then I feel like a lot of the characters and stuff are interesting enough to carry it forward. Like, after the Ulm reveal, which is built up to the whole thing, to be fair. Like, it was clearly their end goal, but I feel like it undermines the meaning of the story, or the meaning they're trying to push for the story. I feel like the final bit with Bakut is, like, such a cool way of wrapping up. So someone's at the door. Yeah, Echoes, was okay. I thought they made the overworld thing a bit too hastily. Wait, which overworld? As in, like, the, yeah, which bit? I'm guessing it's at the door. But I'm now being reminded of the overworld thing. But yeah, I played a bit of Binding Blade. It was Binding Blade. Where you have to run around the dungeons and stuff. Oh, right, yeah! I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool. You know, it wasn't, like, that deep of a mechanic. And it was just kind of fun, like, exploring, and it was a great way to grind as well. I always used it to grind up a bunch of levels. It's just, like, an easy and quick grinding method. Yo, this one's got good IVs. I thought you were referring to the part where, like, enemies spawn from, like, the, maps at the end of the act. And, like, if you're not careful, you can just get overwhelmed by there being, like, 15 fucking cavaliers on the same map ahead of you when you've got, like, 10 people. Binding Blade was Eliwood's. No, Binding Blade was Roy's. Eliwood's is Blazing. I played Blazing Blade as well, though. I've not played Hector mode, but, I played it. But yeah, I played Binding Blade for a bit, but I dropped it in the end. I can't quite remember why. I think I just got, like, bored. I don't know why. I just struggle to get into the GBA games a bit more than, the main ones. Like, all of my favorite characters are from, like, Fates onwards. No, I like a few from Radiant Dawn as well. Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance. Because I played through most of Path of Radiance. I'm often bad at finishing games, I'll be honest. Like, I got Ys, and I never finished that. I never finished Sacred Stones. Sacred Stones was a weird one, though, because I did the... I decided I wanted to do both Ephraim and Erica's routes. So at the route split, I made, like, a save state. I mean, I wasn't emulating. I saved in a different pocket. And then I, like, played through all of Erica's route. But then after, I played through Ephraim's route. But then I stopped halfway through Ephraim's route. And then didn't pick the game back up. Radiant Dawn was hard as balls. I've heard good things about Radiant Dawn. A lot of people are fans of the Talius games, and it's definitely the kind of thing that makes me go, I should probably play the rest of Radiant Dawn, but I've not got around to it yet. It was good from what I played, though. Like, Radiant Dawn actually invested me, which, again, the GBA games kind of struggled to do, which is probably why I've not played the Judge Rule games yet, but, on the download, that leak that predicted Engage also said that there was going to be an FE4 remake on the horizon as well, which is Judge Rule with Sigurd and Selith. So, and people are saying that that's probably why they like emphasized Sigurd in the trailer, because he'll be in the remake, which would be pretty hype, I'll be honest. But yeah. Oh. Yo, Nightbot, that's so true. Make sure to like and subscribe, and also hit the bell icon. I need to add that to Nightbot at some point, reminding people to hit the bell icon, because that's important. This is like the most banging clothing shop theme ever. Like, you know that like video of that guy on the piano that's on fire? And people often just put that over like music that they like. But you got your second ocarina today in MMO. Oh, yo! Nice! Which one did you get? I'm gonna be honest, I've not really done much on MMO since I finished Unova. Yeah, I don't know, I just like playing through the main stories at this point. Like, I did the grinding that I did in Sinnoh, but then my, like, massive focus on it kind of shifted. Maybe I'll pick it back up once I get to Hoenn, but we'll see. But I think I know, I think I'm gonna use my Snivy from, yeah, I think I'm gonna use my Snivy from, Unova with the hidden ability capsule I'll get, and then I'll have that to, use through Hoenn. Which will be pretty cool. I guess it'll be useful against Wallace and Archie. That's fair, you went for Strength? Wait, what was the other one you got? It was Fly, right? I don't know, especially with Hoenn. Surf seems more useful, right? Or is there, like, a long con you're playing that I'm not aware of? Yeah, Fly. Huh. I mean, yeah, Fly's probably the best one. Because it's just like a warp whistle. Yeah, man, I agree. You guys are going to be my tour guide for Hoenn. You've never played your copy of Emerald. Oh, whack. What's it called? Well, the thing is, I've played through Emerald like once. I played through Orise a couple of times, though, so I just about know my way around. But, I don't know it that well. Yeah, Hoenn isn't a region I played much of, honestly. You might be going for Mudkip. Yo, you like Mudkips? Haha, get it? I just made a reference. Yeah. But yeah, starters are going to be the be-all and end-all, I'm sure. 6 out of 10, too much water, Team Magma. That is true. What was IGN's score? I don't know. I was thinking about this the other day. Like is a strong word. Oh no. But yeah, they weren't wrong. Like, such a low score, unjustified. Let me see, what did they review it? Or as IGN? 7.8, okay. Not even that low. A whole 7.8. Honestly, yeah. Yeah, original was like 6.8. Oh, fair. Maybe they re-reviewed it at some point. Like, they aren't wrong on too much water. Especially with, like, how varied water routes are. Like, tell me you remember that much about the water routes of any region at all. They all just kind of merge into one. Because there's not that much interesting you can... No, there's interesting stuff you could probably do with water routes, to be fair, but they don't do the interesting things that they could be doing with water routes, especially since the idea is they're open ocean. But yeah, I think water routes are kind of underwhelming, and I kind of agree with the fact there are a bit too many. If you got dive, say... Okay, let's, like, imagine a slightly rearranged Hoenn, yeah? So, Lily Cove to Moss Deep is the same water route that it is already. I did for water route. No route. Treat it like the big desert in black and white. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. But even then, that would be just very open water and uninteresting. They'd have to, like, do more things in it to make it interesting. But yeah, here's my pitch. So, Lily Cove to Moss Deep is the same. There's no differences there, except you can't go... You can go up north to the Seafoam Cavern, or whatever it's called, but you can't go south. Fill it with islands. Oh yeah, no, that's fair, that's fair, that's a good one. But yeah, you can't go south. And then... What's it called? Southwards of Moss Deep is, like, a dive spot. A few dive spots, and then just a general rocky wall. And then the routes around that lower area are more or less entirely just dive routes. Because there's more you can do with that, you know? You can make actually interesting and diverse terrain. Like, most Pokemon routes are just fucking grass TM anyway. So it's not like it being water instead would be that big of a change. I think that would, like, make it a lot more bearable, that part. Maybe I should make Pokemon... Emerald 2. Water route where you can go above water normally, but sometimes during harsh weather you have to dive. Maybe? I don't know. Again, I feel like that, like, the upper area of the water route would be too boring. That would be a cool mechanic, I think, in general. But... Again, like... I think, as the way they are right now, Pokemon Water is very boring. Your suggestion's a decent one, but I think it would, like... I mean, to be fair, it would work if they're going open world. That's exactly what they need to do for water routes if they're, like, going open world. But, for, like, a linear thing, I think the reason Desert Resort works well is because it's Desert Resort, you know? What does it? I don't know. It's not like the vibe of Pokemon routes is the issue, like a big open area in which you can go whatever way you want. It'd be fitting like a fan game, per se. But I don't think it'd be fitting as a bonus area. No, it would only be fitting as a bonus area in, like, a regular game. Blub. That's my 2 cents anyway. I guess Alola routes kind of do that, though. Alola water routes, because there are a couple of water routes in Alola, and I feel like they all remain decently distinct because they have, like, different island areas in them. Also, like, there's no There's only one like compulsory one. To clarify, late message because you were fighting in a fight and play game. It's forced hard weather the first time around in the story, and you go along to C4. Yeah, no, that makes sense. At the first time through the storm, and the top water is effectively a shortcut. Ah, fair. I get you. Yeah, that's true. Could also do broken bridge, etc. Yeah, no, that's fair. Dude, he's fucking moving. You see that? You see Regi's fucking posing? No, do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do the dance. No, go away. I don't want to look at. I don't want to look at the player. Regi, do the thing. Do the thing. Do the little. Do the little. Do the little. Go on, do it. It's perfect time. Regi, no. Go back to the dude. Go back to the ice guy. No, to the ice. To ice. To Iceman. 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 Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, I want to see it. You're like fucking smoothed. Whoa! Look at him go! Holy shit! What? We're only 212 encounters in. Doing that robot. He's doing that robot. Robo tweaking. I don't know. If I designed a game, I think I would like go more open routes, like Kepler suggested. In general, not just with like the water routes, like routes being like giant areas that might have like branching paths and stuff. So like you could go to like multiple different towns and shit along the way. I just think that would make things interesting. And it would also add like a bunch of like small little hidden areas and stuff. And maybe there'd be like static encounters, or I guess with how random encounters work nowadays, those patches of grass have like better mons in and stuff. Better Pokemon in. As you get deeper into the route. Like, for example, like, let's say you wanted to have like a 1% Pikachu chance. Later on in the route would be, like, a 10% chance or a 15% chance for Pikachu. The route could be the road filled with trainers, but you can also go off to the sides and get wild Pokemon spam. That's very true. That's very true. It is often like a choice between like trainers, grass, or hidden moves. I guess that could be another thing that is included. Is HMs. So like there'd be some areas that are like blocked off exclusively with strength. Say like Route 1 takes you from like the starting town when you get your starter to like Town 2. But like Town 2 where like the first gym is. But then like only with cuts can you go back to Route 1 and progress like the plot somewhere there, or like get better Pokemon on Route 1. Maybe it could be another. But once you get cut, you can break through Route 1 into Route 4. Exactly, yeah. Precisely. Or even just like other areas of Route 1. Maybe it's like a hidden side town. Or I guess like it can't really be a hidden side town, because why would the side town be hidden? That seems a little bit counterintuitive. If I were a town, I would not want to be cut off from the outside world and have to beat a gym leader to get to me. But like maybe like a hidden side thing. Like temple, cave, Brazil. In the center of Paldea. Yeah, no, exactly. You just like you fall into the middle of Paldea, and then you're in Brazil. But like actual, not Poker Brazil, actual real life Brazil. Like you go to the wrong place and you get shanked, and it's game over. Secret Lab, Pokemon Village, etc. Exactly, yeah. I think that would be very interesting. You could find a drug lab, yeah. Oh no. Where they make all the rare candy. Oh, that's true, actually. I guess I can't argue with that. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba, ba-ba-ba. You could do science! You could do science! That's true. I mean, maybe not the best kind of science. Honestly, I feel like if... Okay, this is like a complete detour of conversation, but I have ADHD, so you can deal with it. It's like Paldea is like a giant crater in the middle. I feel like if like Paldea was a DS region, that would have like some link to the Wi-Fi connectivity, like the Entralink. I wonder if it will in these games, honestly. Again, I like wonder. Surely there's gonna be lore behind it. Imagine if we finish the fucking game and like two NPCs come in. It's kind of weird how we got like a crater in the middle of the region, right? Like, even if you go into that lab that's clearly on the edge of it, they're like just researching terrestrialization, and they don't even acknowledge the fact that they're on the side of like a pit going into the middle of the nothingness. I don't know, I'm guessing that like at some point in the story you have to go in there. Maybe? I mean, like, there are clouds. What's beneath the clouds? Maybe the Pokemon world is actually kind of like the Ice Age world, where like beneath the surface is the dinosaur kingdom. Or in the case of Scarlet, is the future kingdom. Maybe they'd come and be like, this is a void, go in it and die. Oh god. Oh yeah, no, actually what the crater is that's where they just broke through the bedrock? Someone decided, what if I broke through the bedrock here, and they did that? They use like those niche TNT machines with pistons, and they broke a giant hole in the bedrock. I'm like, whoa, we did it. This is what the Tears of the Kingdom are. I pressed home twice in a row. Good job. Pat on the back for that one. I don't know, my bets are still kind of on, like, they're not bets. I don't have any bets on it being linked to the Kalos War. They're hopes. They're dreams. They're distant pleas, because it would make sense, and it'd be cool. But odds are it will not be. It'll be some kind of like... In the center of this, there was a giant crystal. And like once, a guy was like, what if I cracked it open? And now Pokemon can be crystals. Isn't that crazy? I wonder what Terrestrialized Regice would be. Terrestrialized Regice, but it's fire type instead. That's my pitch. Oh, that's true. Even if they do throw legendaries into the, like, all the legendaries ever into the ring of Scarlet and Violet's meta, they probably won't have, like, specific Terra types. Unless they just do the fucking exact same thing as they did with Sword and Shield with the max raid layers, I guess. And then, yeah, sure, they They could do that, couldn't they? Canon Plays, hello, welcome to the stream. How goes it? I hope your weekend's gotten off to a great start. Alright, yeah, today we are shiny hunting Regice. We are 219 encounters in, as you should be able to see, I hope. Can I like put a filter on the counter that changes its color to like white? Edit filters. Add filter. Color correct? Well, it would be color correction, but now I think about it. Well, that kind of worked. But not in the way you'd want it to. Oh, it works! I fucking did it! Oh, I'm so intelligent, actually. Wait! Okay. Now I've done that. Smartest thing I've done all fucking week. Okay. You stopped your Dialga hunt like months ago, but you might hop back on it. You should. Can't get that shiny if you're not hunting it, innit? You gotta be on that grind if you want it. And if you're not got the time, that's also fair. But yeah, we're talking about the crater in the middle of Paldea and where it could be from. Again, I'm hoping that it's gonna be something to do with the Kalos War. But I assume it's probably something more to do with the origins of terrestrialization. This music sounds like Minish Cap. This music is Thunderwave Cave from Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. There's a lot of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon on this playlist. It's like... It started off as a playlist of entirely Mystery Dungeon music. And then it turned into a playlist of Mystery Dungeon music with a bit of Pokemon Black and White music. And now it's a Mystery Dungeon playlist with a little bit of Black and White music, and a little bit, just a little bit, of Xenoblade Chronicles 2 music. I'm thinking about remaking it a bit at some point, though. Toss a few new songs into the ring, take a few songs out of the ring. Figure out what the 10 songs are that have been deleted are. Because there are apparently 10 songs that used to be in this playlist, but are not anymore. And I don't really know what they are. I gotcha. How to been not that familiar with Mystery Dungeon? Think you only finished the first one. Even though your collection's pretty bulky. That's fair. You should play Explorer Darkness then. Now you got it. I don't know, I'd say Explorer's the best. Explorer's number one. Maybe either Rescue or Super next. And then the other one that isn't next. And then Gates. But I don't know. I feel like Gates is still a solid game. I just hope the next Mystery Dungeon lets you take on as many... Like, the next actual Mystery Dungeon that they're gonna make. They fucking better. Should let you take multiple jobs on at once. I don't think they need to do another Super Mystery Dungeon with every Pokemon ever in it. Although I wouldn't be surprised if we just got another remake before we got a new one. Because there's a lot of money to be earned in an Explorers of Sky remake, I think. If they do it, they should have a Gen 7 and 8 Pokemon in it, though, I think. Like, even if it's just the evolutions, the new evolutions, but, like, also alternate forms, like Cursula, with Corsola and then Cursula as well. And then, like, Alolan Pokemon. And Galarian and Hisuian. And I guess Paldean as well. Yeah, man, I agree. I think the card that think you have the card, the DX remake on Switch, but not tried it. That's fair. I never actually got the DX remake on Switch because I don't think I had that much money at the time, was the issue. So I didn't really want to, like, commit to, like, a game that I, like, yeah. You like how new Pokemon just embraces the memes? Well, like Lechonk and Smoliv. I guess those are, like... I don't know, there were Pokemon like Ekans and stuff, which, like, weren't exactly all that serious. But I guess these are, like, the most jokey ones. But by the same token, I feel like it could be argued that they're not meant to be memey. It just kind of worked out that they were. Like, Small does, like, the all of Small does sound like OL. So I feel like it could easily be, like, made into Smoliv. And then I believe Lechon is actually a Spanish word. But then again, I guess Chonk is a more, like, meme origin word. Chonk kind of sounds like oink. That too? But yeah, I think Lechonk is actually, like, Spanish. What's the name of the giant shiny Pokemon? That is Sword and Shield. Oh god, the Aero memes. I know I said it wrong. I just want to annoy the people who actually want to hear me say it. Wait, is in linking to the large Pokemon? I need a spray bottle. Like, you spray like cats with, being like, don't fuck the Pokemon. Don't fuck him. Do not fuck the Pokemon. Don't do it. Stop. No. Put your dick away. Goodness. That's what I'm saying. Goodness gracious. How uncouth. How uncouth have you got of wine that light? How say-sont. I kind of wonder how much they lead into it, though. I don't know. Like, I have noticed there is just explicitly, like, a femme grass Pokemon of every generation. Without fail. But I don't know, by the same token, those aren't really the ones that, like, get the attention of people trying to fuck Pokemon. Often. Serena was, like, the first one that managed to get that because of its boots. But I do reiterate, don't fuck the Pokemon. This is a Pokemon fucking free zone. We don't do that here. We don't. Now go Cynthia instead. You see, yeah. Okay. I'll tolerate that. Not the protagonists, though. Those are children. Cynthia? Sure. Elisa? Yeah, why not? B? Probably. I guess B we don't really know the age of. But, like, is B's age ever explicitly stated now that I think on it? Melody? Yeah, go ahead. You didn't even know the trains were children. Like, the main characters often are, yeah, they're like 10. I think the oldest the main trainers have been is about 14 in Black and White. And Black and White 2. Where, like, they were maybe not canonically explicitly textually stated as 14, but they were clearly meant to be a little bit older, but, like, they're never meant to be, like, adults. They are kids. Which, yeah, bitches do be a little bit weird. B is 15 according to Google. Bonk bonk. No. Okay, yeah, do not funk B. Funk? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? We'll go with that. Those guys be boinging so slowly sometimes, it's whack. Okay. Let me just adjust my blanket quickly, it's slipping off. Which will not do. Okay, I'm gonna get to 230 encounters, then I'm going to go to the toilet. The toilet do be calling. Need to piss in it. I almost said need to piss and shit. But, like, I don't need to shit. I'm gonna stop talking now. But yeah. Getting chilly real quick here now. As in the UK? Because, yeah, it is quite, isn't it? The issue is my dad is still opening the fucking doors like it's the middle of summer. Like, no. It's autumn now. We don't need the doors open. And then he just turns to me and is like, you're just like your mother. Not that great with the cold. Like, it's explicitly cold outside. Right now, we are in hoodie weather. That is now too cold. Too cold for the door to be open at this time. Close it. Are you? I am! I'm dead serious! He's just opening the fucking doors as, like, it's like the evenings. It's hot as balls. Oh, okay, with it getting cold. Yeah, no, it's getting cold here. It is, the temperatures are beginning to drop. Because we are not that close to the equator. Quite far from it, in fact. But, yeah, okay, we're almost at 230. Come on, Red Jice, you want to be the 230th encounter? Who doesn't love number 230? I like number 230, I think it's pretty cool. Do you think it's pretty cool, Red Jice? Do you like the 230 number? You don't? That's fair. Okay, cool. I will be right back. UK does get cold. I had to put my Dyson on heat mode earlier, yeah. Okay, yeah, I'll be right back. And we're back. That was not even timed. That's just a cool coincidence of, like, my return. Which is kind of cool, I will be honest. Which is kind of whack. That things managed to line up quite so perfectly. But yeah, I am back, and I think I'm going to get a polo before we continue. Because, as previously stated, I'm addicted to these fucking things. Big polo fan. I just have polos perpetually by my desk. Good piss speedrun, thank you. I'm going for a new PB. I know in my heart of hearts, I could get a new PB easily if I just snip my balls off over the bowl. It would all just pour out quick, and I'd be over with, and then I could, like, run back and it'd be fine. Don't know if I have the strength to do it, though. Any percent's not taking accuracy into account. Oh no! Yeah, I guess they often try to do any percents in, like, random bathrooms, public bathrooms then, aren't they? Do you think, like, walking into a public bathroom decreases your accuracy? Like, do you think they got some kind of, like, debuff there that makes you less accurate? I don't know, to be fair, people are always like, why are public bathrooms so messy? Like, how do people be shitting? I know sanity takes a hit, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, people are always like, how do people be shitting like that in public bathrooms? Like, to be fair, I've never once gone into a public bathroom to shit unless I really needed it, you know? So, like, I can see the wavelength that people are on. I can't see the wavelength they're on when they manage to get it on the fucking walls, though. That is malicious intent. My cat is sitting up. Now I've noticed. I noticed because she was sitting up as I got into the room, but she is still just vibing there. I think she's just woken up. She's just about to go on a journey outside, I assume. But, she has to wake up first. She just sits there for a few minutes. Mood, honestly. Cat plotting. I don't think she could plot. She's not got enough brain cells. I think if she, like, tried to pull something, it wouldn't last. Because the moment I, like, moved too quickly in her direction, she'd run off. And her plan would all fall apart. I think it's interesting, though, because cat boy language, when they're telling you that they love you, is often interpreted as malicious intent. Like, a cat staring at you across a room is, like, because they love you and they care about you. But, like, we often take it as a death glare. It's not. It's just interesting. My cat, on the other hand, though, while she does do that, she's not like a sit on your lap kind of affection shower, but, like, she really appreciates vibing in my room with me. To the point that at night, she will start yelling at me that I'm not in my room. Like, if I'm downstairs too late at night, like getting my water or doing the washing up or something, she will just start yelling at me. Okay. I thought the music had stopped, but it had stopped because the track had ended and there was some dead space. Your cat used to think about it long and hard. Your cat used to think about it long and hard about attacking your bare feet. I think she was just disgusted by them. Huh. Yeah, mine is Missy headbutts shoes. Like, she just rubs herself all over shoes. But, like, not any pair of shoe, which is interesting. Like, Dad has noticed that if he leaves specific pairs of shoes downstairs, she'll start rubbing herself on them. But not just, like, any pair of shoes. There are specific pairs she likes to do it on. Because she's a weirdo. Yo, this one's got good IVs. But yeah, she is peculiar. Oh, she actually settled back down. Whack. Yeah, that's why I often don't like looking at my cat on stream. Because my model then all of a sudden like starts looking like here when I'm looking straight ahead at my screen. Your cat was a diva. She'd love cuddles, but when she had enough, she'd let you know. Let you know as in by scratching you, because I used to have a cat like that. Like, you'd just be vibing on the sofa together. We'd just be vibing on the sofa together, she'd be in my lap. And then all of a sudden she'd realise the vibe is off, actually, and attack me. Reminds me of that thing where someone's like, why cats are abusers of thread. Yes, attack in general, no. I don't know. I don't get cat versus dog rhetoric. Because cats are cute, and they love you in one specific way. And dogs are cute, and they love you in a different specific way. Like, there needs to be no war. We can respect multiple animals. I like cats more than dogs, but I do like dogs. Big dog fan I am. In fact, I used to have a Bernese... Well, I didn't used to have it. My family used to have a Bernese mountain dog. So you guys know Bernese mountain dogs? I think some of you might. Because, well, actually there are two popular... Two famous figures who have Bernese mountain dogs. Yeah, true. I do too. My girlfriend has a dog, so I'll probably have to wait to get a cat. Fair. Have to wait for it to settle in. Are the barrel ones? I've never had barrel used as a way to describe them, but maybe. Because I know that they were mountain dogs, you know? And although big, the term mountain wasn't used to describe their size. I don't really know about their history, I just know about their present. And that is, the popular singer Lil Nas has two. And the president of the Prime Minister? I think it might be Prime Minister of Ireland has one. Yes, Prime Minister. No, president. Yeah, it's president. And it's funny, because he often takes her with him. So, like, sometimes, like, he'll just be in, like, a professional situation. But, like, his dog will just be, like, flopped over at his feet, enjoying, like, asking for a belly rub. It's adorable. Yeah, I'm a big fan. Oh, those barrel ones are St. Bernard's. Yeah, I don't know. I'll take your word on it. But yeah, Bernese Mountain Dogs are very cool and fluffy, and we had one that was big for a Bernese Mountain Dog as well. He was like the biggest of the litter. They are very cute. Yeah, he was very large, biggest of the litter. And he liked getting attention. In fact, if he wasn't getting attention, he'd be quite upset about it. But he wouldn't be like malicious in how he decides to get your attention. To get your attention, he would sit on your feet. He would sit on your feet and more or less lock you to the ground. Which is adorable. Trying to think about the funny stories. I feel like I had another one that wasn't just the feet one, but the feet one was the one I remembered. Yeah, this one's got good IVs. I don't know if Android devices do this, but my iPhone sometimes makes, like, pet slideshows. It's just funny because, like, funny in, like, a not that funny way. Because it's just, like, slideshows of, like, many pictures of, like, cats I've lost. I guess it's kind of, like, sweet and melancholic of, like, oh, yeah, I remember those. But I know some people are, like, I don't like it when the iPhone pops up telling me that it's got a slideshow for me. And it's just documenting, like, the worst year of my life. But, luckily I avoid stuff like that. Because, I only really take pictures of my cat with my phone. There are 2 things on my phone. Pictures of my no, 3 things on my phone. Pictures of my cat, memes that I'm sending to my friends, and videos, clips. Clips from my channel, because I put them onto my phone to post them to TikTok, to post them to YouTube Shorts. And now I'm starting to make this process a lot more convoluted. Because I think my views have gone down since I stopped putting music on my shorts. So I'm putting music on my shorts again. But basically I had the issue where I put music on my shorts on the TikTok, and then I just labeled the same music on this YouTube short. But because the music was like on the video, not layered over the video for the short, I got copyright struck. Not copyright struck. They got copyright claimed like a decent amount that it was annoying. So now what I do is now what I've started to do for the past couple of shorts, I'm sure you've noticed if you watch my shorts, is I post it to TikTok without music, then I post it to YouTube, and then I add the music, because I don't really care about TikTok. Like, maybe I'll start caring about TikTok more as time goes on. But, like, right now, TikTok isn't really, like, the platform I'm using to make my content on. Like, YouTube Shorts is, like, the direct advantage of, like, being where I post my shit. Like, I stream on YouTube, so if someone subs because of a short, they're more likely to watch my stream than if they follow me on TikTok. Even if I've got the sub on YouTube bit at the end of every video. But yeah, my YouTube Shorts, not YouTube Shorts, my TikToks get like consistently like 77 views, which I guess is more than my shorts do at the moment, but you know? Anyway. Thinking of TikToks though, I don't know. It just feels like there are a lot of those TikToks going around nowadays, It started off with like a Minecraft parkour, but now it's Subway Surfers of like some fucking Ask Reddit thread or like relationship advice story. And like in the background is Subway Surfers. So you got something to watch as you listen to the story. It is the most bizarre format ever, honestly. Like, I tried a bit ago where I made this one video of, like, the statistics, the sales statistics of Pokemon BDSP. And I put shiny hunting footage behind it. I don't know if that would be as involved as... what was it called? Subway Surfers, though, if I continue to try to do that. Part of me was like, oh, I should make, like, I don't know. I don't really get that many insults on my voice. Most of the comments on my voice are compliments. Other than that one person who said that they thought I was faking my accent. Like, they were like, it sounds like you're trying too hard to force it. And I was like, this is my voice. Like, I enunciate myself a little bit more when I'm streaming in comparison to not. But, like, I just sound like this. I don't know how to respond to that. But, yeah. So I was wondering about, like, doing those, like, Reddit videos. But, like, I talk over them. Like, I'm not using some shitty text-to-speech. I'm the one, like, narrating. But then I realized, like, shit like Soot House, and there have been a couple of other people who, like, did Reddit videos like that. And the issue is, like, when they tried to branch into other content, they didn't get followed that much. Wilbur Soot did. No, Soot House was fine. Because Soot House, like, its thing was, it was a bunch of guys reacting to the Reddit content. But, like, if, say, which meant that, like, people got more time to invest themselves in, like, the people themselves. Which is why, like, Wilbur, for example, is where he is now. Because people came from Soot House, watched him on SMP Live. Not many people watched him on SMP Live, though. He, like, started to snowball later on. So I kind of wonder how much of that was explicitly Soot House and how much of that was explicitly Minecraft content. And people were just like, oh, he's from Soot House, but he's also cool. But yeah, as I was saying, I just can't help but wonder, like, how much of an audience turnover there would be if I tried to do something like that, you know? What was my point? Yeah, so for now I'm just sticking to clips, because that's, like, an advertisement of my channel, basically. Just, like, saying, hey, this happened on stream. You should watch my streams for more. Haha. Yo, this one's got good IVs. Good for him. Yeah, basically TDLR, I think teachers should start putting their PowerPoint slides over videos of Subway Surfers. I'm not sure, but it would definitely depend on how favorable it is on the algorithm, I guess. I don't know, because, like, the biggest thought is the turnover, you know? Like, if I were to do it, I might gain popularity on shorts, but would I gain popularity on streams? You know? Like, sure, there would be the turnover of people who were like, haha, this short is funny, I'm gonna watch the stream. But, like, how many people would? Because a lot of people who browse Reddit and stuff are gamers, but especially with how I am now, I'm just streaming Pokemon. How many people would be interested in that, you know? And even if you consider a day coming around where I'm not just streaming Pokemon. I mean, again, I guess it'd be, like, dependent on how nice my voice actually sounds. I don't know, there's this one really annoying TikToker I keep on seeing, where he just, like, says nonsense, basically. Good questions. Neither of those things were around when you dabbled in YouTube. Yeah, that's fair. But, like, now it feels like they are kind of a linchpin on how it, like, on growing. I mean, especially with where I am now, like, shorts and, by extension, TikToks, honestly, Oh, I was gonna post my short on Instagram today, but I forgot. Like, I keep on thinking, oh, I need to start posting things to Instagram as well. And, like, I do. I feel like that would help. I have, like, a decent amount of followers on Instagram. I'm probably losing followers slowly because I've not even been on the CahirLIVE Instagram in ages. But, I feel like maybe I should start doing more Instagram stuff. Because Instagram does like to push Reels. So if I started doing Reels again, I think that could do well for me. Just posting my, like, TikToks on Reels. But, I am continuously forgetting. But I could, like, theoretically go back to my first short, and then, like, just slowly chug through them all. And have, like, a daily Instagram post for a bit. So maybe I should do that. Anyway, I'll stop talking about that stuff. Let's go back to, suggesting that teachers should put Subway Surfers behind their PowerPoint presentations to keep their kids interested. I legitimately wonder how good of a strategy that would be. Of, like, framing your lessons in internet-savvy ways. Because, like, obviously often it comes across as, oh, this teacher is trying to seem hip with the kids. But, like, I feel like that's because what they've done has clearly fallen into the uncanny valley. But, like, is there a way to make content like that out of it? Although I guess often it always seems to fall into the uncanny valley whether it tries to or not. Like, I have to wonder how, like, meme-competent TV shows are when there's, like, never been a good meme in a TV show. Obviously, there's a decent amount of, like, the fact that, most, like, TV show memes are made by people out of touch who don't really get it. So they're not that good, but maybe. It might also be a bit distracting for the learning element of it. Perhaps. But, like, it's clearly, like, working to keep people, like, focused on these things. People might include me, I'll be honest. It's like scratching a brain itch. I find it funny how, like, Reddit content has always been around on, like, the forefront of social media. Like, how there was just a large period of time where, like, people reading out, like, Ask Reddit posts and stuff was popular. Then it slowly transitioned into it being, like, AI bots reading out Reddit posts. Now it is TikTok AIs reading out Reddit posts. It started off with them doing it over Minecraft. Then it just, like, kind of shattered into, like, a bunch of other games as Minecraft fell out of favor. Now some still do it on Minecraft. But, like, now others are doing it on Subway Surfers. Like, I can't help but wonder, whatever's happening next decade, because next decade, by 2030, I can guarantee you, there will be a new social media platform that is at the forefront. YouTube and probably Twitch will be chugging away underneath. Instagram will be even more irrelevant. Facebook will be out the window. Twitter will be getting more relevant. TikTok will all of a sudden be like where Twitter is right now. And then there'll be this new social media platform. Also, Tumblr will be there as its audience slowly get older and older. Tumblr will die when its current audience die. Like, we're gonna be looking fucking 60, 50 years in the future. And Tumblr is still gonna be around with the exact same user base. Of, like, just grannies in their 80s, like, using it. I had to do a training session on this at work recently. The main factor seems to be the learning to engagement factors, while also appealing to more of the audience that are engaging with it. Huh. Wait, what part of IT do you work in? Learning to engagement. As in, like, so you're learning because you're, like, hearing funny stories on Ask Reddit, and it's engaging because you're watching gameplay of Subway Surfers, which is notoriously quite satisfying to watch. Yeah? And then, of course, Minecraft parkour. I find the Minecraft parkour one's funny. Because, like, especially nowadays, people just fuck up halfway through the video. They just fucking fall. And I'm like, bro, you could have just done a new take. There was no reason that you had to leave this in. You were just lazy at this point. You're fucked up and you've left it for the world to see. You imbecile. Testing, but as a manager, you have to do presentations and stuff. And yeah, that's just a bit Arthur. Why are you gonna start? You're gonna start playing Subway Surfers during your presentations to keep the new employees engaged. But yeah, I wonder how Reddit content will be presented in 10 years. On whatever platform comes next. I wonder if there'll be a way to predict what it'll be. Because, like, I guess for mine, I just tend to stick cats in places. Hell yeah. That is good, actually. Cats are good. Missy, are you scrounging again? Sorry, my cat is by my feet. And while I am giving her a pat, a nice scratch, she does often come around my desk just to scrounge for crumbs. I've mentioned this a lot of times, but she does it a lot. And it's always annoying, because she's a little scrounger. Eh? You're a little scavenger cat. Hmm? I have to wonder, I don't know, okay. I feel like the majority of dogs would not last if, like, all of a sudden every human disappeared. But I wonder what percentage of cats would. Because clearly there are, like, a bunch of indoor cats that would struggle to adapt. But then there are the indoor cats that would excel at adapting somehow. And then Missy, even though she is a very much outdoor cat, she brings in our house, like, a countable amount of times a year, basically. Which is good, because if she did it anymore, she would not be allowed in my room, because that's where she brings them all. Unless she does it outside. She once caught a rat. Like, that's probably the biggest thing the cat has caught, is a rat. And luckily Dad saw her with the rat and stopped her from bringing it inside. But she caught that rat. There have been multiple rat problems in our neighborhood. Wait, were any of them when we had chickens? Maybe. Because we did have chickens. I feel like there was another segue. Oh, right. I wonder if that's still, if it's still the top. Let me just check. Let me just fact check something. Speedrun.com. Games. Subway Surfers. Okay, it's dropped. There are less players now. Because Temple Run 2 apparently has a lot. And so does Roblox Doors, apparently. But Subway Surfers is currently the top game on speedrun.com. Not sure if you guys were aware of this, but now you are. Like, from what I understand, it's like a quickest coin gathering thing. Which is kind of whack. I just find it funny that it's now, like, the top. With, like, 10k active users at the moment. Considering Mario 64, for example, has, like, what was it, 200? Minecraft had, like, 300. And then at the very top was Subway Surfers with, like, 10k. And I'm pretty sure it was more than that back at its peak, when it first became a thing to speedrun it. It's crazy to me. I find it funny. Does Subway Surfer still up? We have all been enlightened, we have. Is Subway Surfer still, like, updating and stuff? Because I feel like part of Subway Surfers is that it's, like, a nostalgic game. Like, especially now that, as much as I hate to say it, and as much as I'm sure a lot of my chat would hate to hear it, I almost just soft reset before I even fucking looked the Regos in the eyes. Like, I don't know, the fact that, like, my age group also played Subway Surfers, but, like, these are the people who played Subway Surfers when they were, like, young, you know? And they were, like, little like 12-year-olds and shit. 10, 12. And stuff. On their iPhones. Dab, yo, Finicky Five Eyes, welcome to the stream. I hope your weekend has gone off to a swell start. How is it hanging? Obviously not well if you're having to cough. Good thing that you're doing it into your elbow though, because that's important. You gotta sneeze like a vampire, like a vampire. It hangs. May I suggest putting some pants on then? You're just being exactly, yeah, precisely. Yo, someone got good IDs. Okay. Wait, that's 2 funny things this stream. That's 2 clips! I need to remember that. Okay. Now I can finally... Like, I think I mentioned this on Finicky's stream, but, like, not in my streams. I want to be clear, chat. Right now I'm living short to short. Every single day I stream that passes, I come closer and closer to fucking up the equilibrium of my YouTube channel. And not posting a short before stream, leaving this lovely checkerboard pattern. I mean, you probably already noticed that I have already fucked it up. A few streams back, I posted the short after the video. And... I can't believe I fucked up so bad in doing it. I need to make an apology video. Oh, the horror. Oh, the misery. Everybody wants to be an enemy. But yeah, it is quite horrifying. I don't know. The issue is I was proud of how my channel looked, because people are always just like, shorts ruin your channel page. And I was like, haha, try again, atheist. But, like, no, my channel looked pretty fucking solid. But then I fucked it up. I posted the short, but I closed YouTube too fast, so it didn't post. I'm guessing that's what happened. Abysmal. I'm not miffed. I'm not chuffed. I am miffed. That's the combination of words that were meant to be used there. I am miffed and not chuffed. Hopefully a day will come when I can be more less miffed. Mario Luigi, hello! Welcome to the stream! I hope your weekend's gotten off to a good start. And I hope your sleep schedule has gotten to a good point since, what's it called? Since the, hardcore finale. It's hardcore because it was a hardcore thing, event, yeah. But yeah, today we are shiny hunting Regice. Yup, it got better, hell yeah. I don't know, my issue is just like, whenever I, like, go to sleep an hour later, I fuck my sleeping schedule up permanently. You know? I have to, like, go out my way to fix it. It's not good. Like, the issue, like, it's an issue because I'm not, like, adventuring at the moment, you know? Not doing anything. So right now I'm on a train from Leicester. Understandable. Maybe don't say. I mean, I guess there are multiple trains from Leicester that are probably leaving right now. But I would be careful. I would be careful in revealing your general location. You never know when. I just wouldn't recommend it. This one's got good IVs. Wait, no. I need to, like, wait until I see myself throwing the ball, because then I know. Then I know that it's not shiny. But yeah. That is fair. I hope that it's a good train and not delayed or anything. Because, man. Trains. I don't know, like, on one hand, I know train workers in, like, Japan are treated like shit. On the other hand, when I'm, like, half an hour late because of train delays, it annoys me to no end. It annoys me when, like, the way that trains... today I had an event, so maybe you've got, your connection gets missed. Hopefully not. That would be unideal. That would suck. Yeah, fingers crossed it does not do that. But yeah, I think the thing I hate the most with train delays is when, like, every 10 minutes, the delay is delayed 10 minutes. So you're like, oh, cool. It's currently, like, fucking 6:35, and the train's meant to get here at 6:45. Let me just hang tight. And then you get to, like, 6:40, and boom, it's now 6:55. And you're like, oh, that's annoying. I guess I'll just wait here for a bit longer. But then it gets 6:50, and boom, it's now 7:05. And you're like, oh, well, that's only a bit longer, so I'll wait. It's like they know you're gonna hang around. But then it gets to, like, 7:45, and boom, train cancelled. Next train, not for another 2 hours. Fuck yourself. I don't like trains. I do like trains. Trains, the aesthetic, chef's kiss. Trains kiss, actually. Big fan. Big fan. Big train appreciator over here. Used to love Thomas. Had a Hornby Railway for a bit, but then it got taken down, because I wasn't using it that much. But, like, it's still, like, cool as a thing. But trains, like, going on them and riding on them, pain in the arse. Stupid. Not a fan. You're glad you don't need to get many trains anymore? I am at the moment, but I assume I will need to get... I mean, I'm from a fantasy land. I don't get trains. Anyway, have I mentioned how I stole the Flying Scotsman once? Wait, no, I've got multiple cool train stories on, like, trains I've seen. I have seen the Flying Scotsman once. I was waiting at a train station, and it whizzed by. Like, there were a load of people just hanging around. It was, like, late at night. I was back from a late adventure, and, I was waiting at the platform, and a lot of people were around, and boom, Flying Scotsman just went by. I like, made sure to get a video. It was very cool. Very cool train. It is a very cool train. I'm a big fan of a lot of the trains. My favorite when I was younger used to be Tornado, because, like, it was the new and shiny one. I'm not sure which I'd say my favorite is now, mostly because I'm not, like, as into trains anymore, but I'm still, like, pretty, like, trains cool. Big fan. The other train that I've seen it twice. I've not seen this train once. I've seen this train 2 times. Dick my butt. I've seen Dick my butt 2 times. Suck it. Raunchy. Quite. Yeah, no, like, once I just saw it going through, the same platform I saw the Flying Scotsman at, honestly. But then the other time, I was visiting my sister, and, like, I got lost at the station, but then I noticed that there was, like, what's it called? like, service, like, train like Dickma Butt. And I was like, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if that was Dickma Butt? And it was. I've seen Dickma Butt twice. Suck it, Francis, if that's his name. I think he's Francis, right? The, like, guy who really likes trains. That guy's cool. He's very enthusiastic. I would watch him live stream. Like, a Hornby Railway. Okay. That's not shiny, which means we go on to the next one. We are at 21:39. Oh, that's a pretty good time. But yeah, used to be a pretty big train fan. I did, and yeah, I still kind of am. Me and Kite the other month, the Create mod for Minecraft updated, adding trains, and me and him spent like 2 weeks straight making like a railway. We never finished like the whole plan we had, but we completed this like one long line, and it was very cool. You got to see a Thomas steam train once. You're very small, and it was traveling across the country, apparently to different stations. I think I might have seen one of those as well. I'm pretty sure I did. I don't know, maybe it was just a generic steam train I went on. Like, I went on a few generic steam trains. Like, you know those Christmas Expresses they used to have? I don't think I waited long enough. Oh well, it wasn't shiny anyway. I'm not saying that out of certainty, I'm saying it out of denial. Even though it probably wasn't shiny. Statistically, it wasn't shiny. But yeah, those like Christmas locomotives were very cool. And they always like gave you gifts based on your age. If you're a wee babby, you get something small. But I remember I got like a lot of like connects and stuff from those. They were very cool. Yo, this one's got good IVs. How does it feel to have good IVs, Rich Ice? Oh, okay. Unhappy to hear that. You just know. When I get the shiny, if I get the shiny, it won't have good IVs. Anyway. Ouch, I just fucking schmanged. Is that a good word to use? I'm no longer so sure about that word usage. But I did... My elbow and my drawer did connect. Because my drawer, right next to me. You can't see it. It's just off screen here. Like, if I go like... Okay, I'm going too far off screen now. I was going to try to tap my head against it and be like, it's there! But my head was officially too far away. And the tracking was starting to go squiff. Unswag. Brain. When your brain bottom text. Okay, I know I'm not going to be the first person to say this, ever. Oh wait, no. Oh yeah, did you get the version of Let's Go with the Pokeball controller? I did not. That was, it was just quite expensive. And at the time I didn't have that much money, so I did not get it. I don't know, part of me wonders about getting it now, if they still do it. Not for the Mute, of course, but for the controller. Because, like, my Joy-Cons are really drifty, and I do kind of want to play Let's Go at some point on stream. Because I stand by the fact that the Let's Go games are actually kind of solid. Like, people forgot about them for a reason. And that's because although they aren't like the best thing since sliced bread, they're still pretty fucking good. They have their drawbacks, but they have their not drawbacks. Those games have Mega Evolution Mega stands. You noticed that? Fair enough. You can get one real cheap now, but it's a shame that Let's Go is kind of the only game you can use it on. If you're a coward, I want to find out what other games I can play with the fucking Let's Go controller. Maybe that should be the thing I do. Ricardo, hello, welcome to the stream. How goes it? I hope your weekend's gone off to a good start. How's it going? Yeah, today I'm doing some Regice shiny hunting. You can see the encounter number we're at the top right of the screen. Not all that high so far. I'm not doing shiny charm or anything, but we getting there. We getting somewhere. I feel like I'm walking into a trap if I say that, though. Like, I'm unsure the intention here. I mean, that's, like, explicitly, like... Oh, no. His name's, like, Count Dooku. I'm unsure if this is, like, a test on language pronunciation, or like a these nuts joke. Or, of course, a Trojan way of trying to get me to say slur. I don't know, I just feel like... I don't trust it. I hate to not trust you. But you know how people can be when they waltz into chats and immediately try to get people to, like, say something offensive. Apparently you can play Sword and Shield with it, but that's it. Yeah, no, I think I remember that. Sword and Shield are, like, one-handable, aren't they? Maybe you'll be... Maybe you'll be able to play Scarlet and Violet with it? Okay, bye. Fair enough. I apologize for mistrusting you. I just, have mistrust baked into my bones for random people coming into my chat and telling me to say random things. Have a good day, though. Unless you were trying to get me to say something inappropriate, in which case, don't. Oh wait, I could have just fucking spell checked it, couldn't I? Google trans... Or I could just paste it. Definition. No, this is just... Was it Japanese? Same ward. Ward district. Okay, I don't think that's what he was trying to get me to say. Anyway. Let's move on. I don't know, I remember people being like, oh, you could play Smash Ultimate with it. But, I don't know if you actually could. I don't know if that was actually, like, a viable method of play for Smash Ultimate. Or if that was just people messing around. It'd be funny if you could play Smash Ultimate with it. But I don't know if you actually could. It's a cool controller, to be fair. Like, I like the vibe of it. Like, oh yeah, you can play Pokemon with the Pokeball. But the issue is it's like Joy-Con price. And there were also the people trying to argue that it was like buying a Pokemon, right? I'm pretty sure people were trying to argue that. Like, they were like, oh, we're throwing you in as a little bonus. But then people were like, oh, you're just trying to get us to buy it for the Pokemon. Because people often have the most uncharitable views on things, you know. I think it's really lame how people always view all situations very uncharitably, instead of giving people a bit of hope. You mean Doku in Japanese is alone? Okay, cat. She is screaming at me. Maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I just, like, I think if anybody, I don't know either. Like, I don't know if this was some kind of, like, monolingual moment. Or, like, them trying to get me to say something rude or what. I feel like if any, like, I feel like there are very few people, though, who I'd trust if they tried to get me to say a word I didn't know. To be fair. Like, if, like, one was like, hey, say this, I'd be like, I wouldn't think it was something offensive, but it would be, like, a setup for, like, a D's nuts joke or something. But, like, when it's, like, a stranger, like, I especially don't know what the hell is going on. Showing up for the first time and immediately trying to get someone to say something just seems a little bit sketch. But I guess if there was some kind of punchline. Count Dooku D's nuts? Yeah, no. I have no idea. Anyway. Alright, yeah, we were talking about dogs and cats earlier, and I completely missed this thing. I had it on my, like, prompt sheet. On my prompts notepad of subjects to talk about. I don't know if you're meant to reference the fucking prompts thing. I'm gonna reference it because I want to. But, like, apparently, like, this is not, like, I'm not, like, the only person to have one of these. Like, they're actively recommended to have, so you can have things to talk about during stream. They're very useful when I use them. But yeah. Like, I just find it funny how cats are just the ultimate things at playing it cool, you know? Like, a cat could, like, fall off of a roof, look a bit scared, and then just vibe, you know? Like, they might just dash off to the sunset, but I feel like, by equal measure, they could just not, you know? Like, there are some very spooky cats, but I feel like a lot of cats can just, like, I don't know, bang themselves into a window, like, trying to jump into one, fall, land, and then just, like, stroll off like nothing just happened. They're good like that. I appreciate it a lot. I can't remember what video inspired me to, like, think, like, made me think about it a lot. But it just amuses me, like, they're good at it too, you know? Like, if you cut the video to just after the cat did it, you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know that the cat, like, just chased, like, a ball across the room after they lost interest. Because they're just vibing, you know? They just go into vibe mode. Most cats are pretty funny. I don't know how you get scared of them. Even if they attack you, it's usually not too damaging. Yeah. Not quite. No, I don't know. I get why people, like, dislike it. Because, like, it's very unpredictable. And it's still not nice to, like, have an animal that'll rip your arm apart at a moment's notice. Like, I can understand where people are coming from. with it. But cats are pretty funny, which is very much why they're memed a lot more than dogs. I also feel like I'd be interested to know like the full psychology behind why cats are so popular on the internet, and like dogs very much take a second place to cats. Like there are still a lot of dogs, but like there are more cats than dogs. And I wonder if it's like the whole terminally online people are more likely to be introverts. Nowadays, it is getting to the point where more and more extroverts are like very online. But like especially in like the dawn of the not the dawn of the internet, but like the dawn of the internet, and especially what it then like turned into. It was like a lot more like introverts around on it, and I wonder if there's something between introverts and cats, and like being cat people, because cats very much are like mind their own business animals in comparison to dogs, which are like if like extroverts were an animal. If that makes sense. Like, it just wouldn't surprise me if there's like a direct line to be drawn between cats on the internet and introverts being on the internet more than anything else, more than like extroverts. Yeah, maybe just a pet that's good with vibing. When you nod. That was a weird flash there, right? That doesn't always happen, does it? Or have I just... Does that always happen, Reg Ice? Huh? You lying to me, huh? But yeah, I feel like I had another point on cats. There's been a very pet-focused stream. It's like the stream where I talk about pets a lot. But pets are cool. You know? Like, I don't know. If I didn't have a cat, I think I'd be a lot more inclined to get, like, pet rats. Like Asterix. They haven't stopped by for a bit, and they're not as active. Yeah, they're not as active on the Discord at the moment. But, like, they have rats? Oh, they have, like, assorted rodents, honestly. And, yeah. Big. They made me be like, oh, I wouldn't half mind. I wouldn't half mind getting some rats. They are just very cute, you know? They seem very cute. And act very adorably. Just makes my neurons go, ooh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah! You know? True, exactly. Do you know the origin? The origin of rats. As like domesticated rats, sorry, not rats in general. Domesticated rats. Basically, like, there used to be like more or less a sport where like I can't remember what dog it was, what dog breed it was. I think it might have been like Cocker Spaniel or something. Neurons firing on all cylinders, exactly. Yeah, might have been like Cocker Spaniel or something. And basically they were like released into like a den, like a thing, and then there'd be a rat released, and like it'd like be showing off how well the Cocker Spaniel could like kill the rat, basically. But obviously like you can't just pick a rat off the street because it might have diseases, so you'd have to breed the rat specifically for the purpose of this sport to make it safe for the dogs. But humans are really fucking weak-willed. Is that the words I want to use? Maybe not. Humans attach to things easily. Like, we fucking attach to Roombas. We attach to our Alexas. We attach to digital creatures on fictional screens. So naturally, people were like, actually, this rat is pretty fucking cute. I don't want to kill it. Are the rat basing? As in with a dog? I mean, yeah, I can't remember the full story. I just know it was like something like rats were like used to show how like good dogs were at like catching rats or something, like as a sport. From what I remember. But yeah, people were just like, these guys are cute actually. And I can't remember if it was before or after that people started like breeding them to have patterns and stuff, which is why domesticated rats are obviously a lot different than like feral rats. But rats are very smart as well, which is adorable. Those guys may be small, but they have brains. I think it was called that. Might have been on QI at some point. Ah, fair. Yeah, I don't know much about the sport itself. I can't remember if I read it somewhere. I heard it from aDrive, or heard it somewhere else. Load up quick, load up quick, load up quick. I need to check out the, like, purchasable Switch icons at some point. Because I know that there are, like, these ones that you can purchase online. Because, Revive does kind of sound like it's vomiting. Reg Ice, yeah. I was just about to make a joke where it's like, no, come on, load, come on. No, load, come on. Oh, god, they are boing in so slowly. Look at them go. When you drink a whole can of Coke in one gulp. Boom. I made the funny. Do not worry. My joke was that they were burping instead of vomiting, so it's two completely different things. Same wavelength, exactly. Oh, I just closed it down normally. I think they should add... I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I think they should add soft resetting into the next games, but then there's this just like nibbling fear in my gut. What if soft resetting already is a thing? I just don't remember it is. Like, I just don't know the... Well, not remember. I just don't know it is. I just don't know the code to make it go whooply whooply whoop and reset. Man, I hope Scarlet and Violet have better loading times. That's like my one... I mean, that's not my one hope, but obviously, but like, I hope they have better loading times in this game. Yo, this one has good IVs. Good for Reg Ice. Okay. Next encounter time, I think. I say like that isn't obvious. Said the scorpion to the toad. Like, at the moment in my terrarium, the ants are pretty sluggish, and I'm extremely concerned about them. I don't know, I have a hunch that ant nest might not be a nest come winter. It seems some animals are good at surviving in that thing, but maybe ants aren't one of them. Maybe ants are not one of them. Which is a shame. It doesn't look like there's a soft reset other than what you're doing. Had to look it up, because I still haven't been beaten BDSP. Understandable. I don't know. The Cynthia fight at BDSP, I think, is the best Cynthia fight in the franchise. Especially because, like, she sends out Garchomp last. Like, it's so obvious that her whole shtick is, like, enhanced when it leans into the fact that the rest of her team is like full of like very competent and strong Pokemon that are very well balanced and such. That means they'll take out which means even if they don't say knock out every single one of your Pokemon, they'll leave you in a state. Which means by the time her Garchomp comes out, it's time for a fucking sweep. Which I think makes this one of the best Cynthia fights in the franchise. Like, I'll be honest, I'm kind of looking forward to the point, like, when Scarlet and Violet are out, and then maybe the next game after that are out as well, and, like, people just forget about these games like they did Let's Go, because people, like, dunked on Let's Go for ages. And I bet people are just going to forget about these games, the exact same as they did Let's Go. Yeah, I've heard, but I guess I just couldn't really deal with beating a game I've beaten a billion times already again. That's understandable. Ridiculous. But yeah, I feel like the fanbase always does... Like, it's becoming more and more, like, obvious to me that every single fucking fanbase seems to do this nowadays. There are very few that don't. Just make it seem like the most recent game is the worst game that's ever come out. And then move on to the next one when it comes out. So, like, BDSP are going to be, like... I don't think they're going to be remembered fondly. That's for certain. But I don't think they're going to be remembered that well. I think they're just going to be, like, games that existed. And people didn't really care about them. And that's it. It'll just be like, let's go. I don't know, it feels to me like Legends Arceus was the main event anyway. Like, they outsourced these games to Ilka because they wanted Legends Arceus to be the Sinnoh reminder. But like, either the Pokemon Game Freak wanted the, like, Legends Arceus to be, like, the Sinnoh throwback of the gen. But the Pokemon Company and Nintendo were like, hey, yeah, but remakes will make us a lot. And they did. Remakes did make them a lot. I kind of wonder, like, how much... Can I exit this place? Okay, I cannot fly here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm stuck here. Which is kind of funny. I think it was mainly because people wanted a full 3D version of Diamond and Pearl. To be honest, I really wanted that too. But I would have appreciated something like Auras. Wait, what do you mean? This is a full 3D version? This is... what? Wait. Okay, when you say full 3D, do you mean, like, 3D as in, like, the style of current Pokemon? Because this is full 3D Pokemon. I don't know, like... It's funny because the complaints about Auras were that they... Like, a lot of people complained about Auras, saying that they weren't faithful enough to the originals, and they didn't like the shoehorning in of Megas. Like, and that was a big thing when the games came out, was like, those were the complaints. Of course, everyone's settled down now, and people are like, yeah, Auras. Like, I think there was a decent split in the fanbase on people who were like, yeah, they're alright, but I feel like they're not faithful enough to the originals. And then the other group of people who were like, yeah, these are really cool. But it feels like the, yeah, these are really cool faction has slowly just been waning as each game has come out, and it's just becoming more like, I hate this. And I can only hope Scarlet and Violet changes that a bit. Because to be fair, I feel like Sun and Moon had the two factions, and it's only really these games and Sword and Shield that had the one. Which isn't all that great. I don't know. I can't help but wonder what the state of the Pokemon community would be if Usum hadn't released, or released on Switch, Let's Go wasn't a thing, and Sword and Shield didn't have Dexit. Didn't have the Dex card. I mean, like Sword and Shield. But like, it's just 1-to-1, and I felt like Auras had enough in it to make it different. That's fair. I don't know, I feel like HDSS is like a good level of remake. I feel like the only thing I'd rather HDSS do is redo the level curve of the game. But I feel like HDSS is like the best thing a remake could be. Of like more or less the same game, but with a few tweaks. Like how a lot of the areas in Kanto were expanded upon from what they were in HDSS. Like Viridian Forest wasn't in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. It was basically just part of Route 2. From what I understand. But yeah, like, if there were black and white remakes, I'd rather them be like HDSS and like the style where there's a bit more added, a bit more to fiddle with there. Honestly, I think Entralink could be cool if it functioned properly like two-player Pokemon. I'd probably use it a lot more if like that's how it was like you can play multiplayer all of a sudden properly. Although you kind of could before. And like that was the origin of O-Powers, right? And maybe like a few more areas, like how HGSS added the Safari Zone to the game up in the corner. And I'm not saying I want a Safari Zone in black and white, but like it'd be interesting to see like a new feature thing added with a few new optional routes and stuff, just to spice up the game a little bit. But like overall, I feel like an HGSS remake would be the best. I'd like it if they did make Black and White 2 as the remake. When you remember what you actually want. I don't know, like, if they're doing full remakes, I'd want it to be like that. I'm scared for Black and White 2 getting remade, honestly. Like, I'm not sure they will be. Which might be a blessing if the Black and White remakes are just like this. I don't know, again, I don't hate these games, but, like, it does kind of feel like... But, like, I think what I'd want the most is just a port of Black and White 2. In, like, a way that you can, like, they're compatible. So you get Black version and Black 2 version, and then you get White version and White 2 version. On, like, one cartridge each. And they're just, like, enhanced versions of the originals, where, like, they've got, like, a better, like, where, like, the environments are a bit better, but, like, overall, like, it's just a visual upgrade from the originals without removing the sprites. So, like, the environments and stuff are, like, done, say, maybe with, like, a bit of a better lighting stuff than these games. But, like, sprites are still, like, what's inhabiting the world. Kind of like, what's it called? Octopath. In fact, maybe even not sprites, but, like, actual pieces of artwork. Like, actual pieces of artwork, like, in the same proportions. I think that would be a really interesting style of Pokemon game. But it would be a lot of effort, I think, to make all the animated Pokemon like that. So I wouldn't be miffed if they just, like, took the sprites from Black and White 2 and put them into the game, either. Because, like, I assume, since these games are built off of the source code of Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, I think it's Platinum specifically, that these games are, like, actively built off of the source code of, which is why modding is so easy for these games. Like, I assume they still have all those assets around somewhere that they could just reuse. Honestly, though, I was thinking about this the other day. I wonder how well Usam would have been received if they were on the Switch. Because everyone was hyping up Pokemon Stars. All the leakers were saying, Pokemon Stars! But then Usam were on the DS. And there was a collective from the community as they were all disappointed because they got their hopes up over leaks. But I can't help but wonder, like, what Usam's reception would have been if they were on the Switch instead. Because I'll be blunt, Usam are literally just what Platinum are. Like, Usam are like two, if Platinum was two versions. Like, I don't know. It feels like if Usam had some time to steep, and the community wasn't as jaded as it seems to be now. Like, if there was, like, more time between the games, if they did, like, Sun and Moon remake, then Usam, they would have been well received. But because it was, like, the year after they released the games, I think that they got the backlash they did, and people don't like them because of that. But that's the only reason people don't like them, you know? Other than, like, the vague complaints people had with Sun and Moon. I mean, they weren't vague complaints, but, like, you know what I mean. I just wish Sun and Moon, Sun and Ultra Moon got a better end of the stick, because people are always, I don't know, I feel like people are less like it now, but there was, like, a definite time when people were like, ugh, when Pokemon made the jump to 3D, it went downhill. But Sun and Moon are great games. No, Gen 7 is a great generation, sorry. That's my full take. Gen 7, good gen. Sun and Moon, good games. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, great upgrade versions. Yeah, but the main game of Platinum is more or less the exact same as well. Like, differences in Platinum's main story in comparison to Diamond and Pearl's main story. You do Fantina the moment you enter Hearthome instead of after you do Pastoria. And there's the Distortion World. What's different in Usam in comparison to Sun and Moon? What's it called? You have an 8th trial after, like, the main, like, event story, which doesn't really remix the main story, I guess, is an argument. But, by the same token, like, that is still, like, a new bit. Some of the trials are different in ways, like Mallow's trial and Sophocles' trial. Although, like, most of the gym interiors were remixed in Platinum. Like, a decent amount of the trials are, like, different. At least, like, the totems are different, even when they are the same. Like, at minimum, the totems are generally different, even if, like, the trial itself is the same. And then there's, like, just a bunch of added content overall. Like the Mantine Surf and stuff. Which are really cool mechanics, but end up being slept upon because no one fucking cares about the games because they came out a year after Sun and Moon. And I feel like that's the bit they were done dirty at. Because, yeah, I think many people appreciated Platinum, though, because if you compare them, Pearl is really fucking slow. I think Platinum's as slow as Pearl, though. Like, I don't... 4th gen just kind of has the speed issue across the table. For all the games. None of them are really better than the others. Platinum, if you ask people why they like Platinum more, it's because of the expanded decks. No, the battles got a massive speed, did they? I don't know, I really don't remember there being a speed upgrade between them. And anyway, people don't really reference that when they're telling people why they prefer Platinum anyway. Like, I feel like most people's like, why is Platinum better than Diamond and Pearl? better level curves, better decks, better story. So is Sun and Moon's, like, flaw there? It already has a good level curve? Although I guess the complaints were actually Sun and Moon was too easy, but then Usum was harder, because, you know, Ultra Necrozma. I don't know, I stand by the fact that Usum are as good upgrades to their originals as Platinum is to Diamond and Pearl, minus a couple of things that are only really there because Diamond and Pearl had those massive gaping flaws that Sun and Moon then didn't. And I think if they were released on Switch, or like a little bit later, people would have been fine with them. That is my 2 cents. I think I'm going to play some on the channel again at some point soon. Sooner rather than later. I don't know what I'll do on it, but I want to do something on it, because, like, I got to get my propaganda out there again. Like, my propaganda's disappeared now because it was on Twitch, you know? But now I'm on YouTube, and I need to make my use some propaganda. But I played them both a lot, and love Platinum just because of that speed upgrade. Fair. I didn't even know that was a thing, because no one ever brings it up. You were the first person who said it, and, like, I'm not slating that. Platinum is still pretty slow, though, I'll be blunt. Alright. Yeah, I think I'll go maybe... You know, we'll see when we get a bit when we get a bit closer. We get a bit closer to the halved past. But these will be our last few encounters, I think. But yeah, I'd rather they do DLC for Scarlet and Violet than, like, Ultra Scarlet and Infra Violet. But I'm interested to see what the DLC would be. Because, like, would it be, like, another, like, large area to the games? I don't know. It feels like a lot of people are saying, South Kalos! South Kalos! Is there? I feel like there's no necessary indication of there necessarily being a Southern Kalos region. Like... I guess... in comparison to 2 of the other regions... In fact, you know what? No, Alola's not all of the Hawaiian Islands. It's like 4 of them. Some of them being conglomerations of multiple, right? And then Gala's just about all of the... Gala's just about all of Britain? Is Britain all of it? This is yet again me not remembering what's which. Yeah, only Ireland isn't, like, represented in Gala. Which I guess could mean an Irish region at some point, which would be cool. Yeah, I'd like to see, like, an Irish region. But, what was it called? Yeah. I don't know, like... I feel like there's no indication that there'd necessarily be a Southern Kalos, and I feel like people just kind of got it into their head because of all the theories that went around about the stuff like the train station. But, like, in reality, that was never a plan, and that was never meant to be a thing. It was just fan ideas more than actual official stuff. So I doubt we'd go to Southern Kalos. Although it would be interesting if we did. I won't say, no, I don't like this as an idea entirely. I would not be complaining if we got to go to Southern Kalos. I just think it's less of like an actual thing that was ever planned, and more of just a fan talking about things. Because you never hear about like people being like, what was it called? Northern Univer. Or like Western Univer, or whatever. Because Univer, as much as it's the American region, its layout is based on a very specific part of the States. Which I guess kind of opens up the possibility for another region later on to represent other parts of the United States, and I feel like that's what they were doing with that. Or maybe it was just in the point where they were still thinking about basing regions off of parts of countries. Like Johto, Kanto, Hoenn, and Sinnoh. Poor Canada? I mean, like, Canada being a region on its own would probably make sense. The most sense. But I was not suggesting that there being more regions based on parts of America would be a no to more... would be a no to Canada regions. I'd rather they keep on making, like, different countries anyway, though. Different countries based on regions. Regions based on countries anyway, though. Because there are a lot of countries, like, with, like, actual interesting history and stuff. History and folklore and shit that can be made into cool Pokemon. Like, I hope... Okay, so, like... I know Hawaii is, like, in a weird place in this. But we've had Japan. We've had 2 based on, like, the US states. And we've now had 3 based on places in Europe. I hope the next one is either, like, Middle Eastern, South American, African, more like Asian stuff, Australia, New Zealand. Like, any of those I'd really like to see a region based off of, instead of just more of, like, what's it called? European and American. Although, again, I get Hawaii isn't, like... Hawaii is a US state, but it's got a lot of its own history and culture. That is different from most of the rest of the states. Which is why Alola technically gets a free pass. I'm just going to say about European more than American stuff. I didn't finish the animation. It's probably not shiny anyway. It's not, so it's fine. I could have just reset anyway, but I didn't want to risk it for the biscuit. I don't like biscuits. Not a biscuit fan over here. Okay. I think I've skipped a few encounters, I'll be honest. But, let's get to 310, and then I think I'm going to end off the stream. I think that'll be the take. But yeah, just one last encounter. Or final encounter shiny. Or maybe. Who knows? Or is it? It's blue. Shiny Regice is blue. Oh. Wow. What a shocker. What a shocker that one is. Anyway. Let's sign off. Thank you all for coming. This has been a good one. I've been enjoying these shiny hunting streams. They've been a lot chiller, although I'm not sure if shiny hunting will be a staple of the channel going forward. There might be 1 or 2 more. Or I might try something different from now on. But yeah, I do hope you've been enjoying them though, as much as I'm not sure if they will be a thing we come back to, but yeah. What's it called? my brain has crashed, so I'm just going to sign off. I hope you all have a great rest of your days, and I hope to see you on Monday, 7:20 PM UST+1, for our next live stream. I'm not sure what it'll be again, but you'll probably see it when it comes up in your recommendations, because you have subscribed and hit the bell icon also, haven't you? But yes, I hope to see you all there, and I hope you all have great rest of your weekends. I hope you have great Sundays, and I hope the starts of your weeks go well. I'll see you all on Monday, and goodbye.